It was the most craziest, well, not crazy, but well, I don't know. It was a very different dream. Maybe not crazy, but it was a very different dream than what I've ever had before. So, I gave birth. That's how the scene starts out. And now you might be thinking like, holy shit, Mpreg? But no, actually, I was female. Like, it was weird to me because I had breasts. Like, straight up, I didn't have the stuff that I used to have anymore. But like, the dream starts out, I already have given birth, so I didn't have any of that. I mean, even in a dream, I probably wouldn't feel pain anyways. It was kind of weird because like, I was in a hospital, but it was dark AF and there were no staff. I wake up, I think like, and I just hear a baby crying, and it's my baby. And by the way, for some reason, like nobody tells me, right? But like, I just knew it was a daughter. I had given birth to a daughter. I have no idea. Like I didn't even look to check, but I just knew. I was like, yep, that's my daughter. But I was going through some postpartum stuff, and I think because like I was just super confused, afraid, and like, what is happening? I knew it was my child, but like I didn't really had that feeling of parental connection, if that makes sense. So that's why I think I was going through it. So I literally got up from the bed and I kind of carried my baby super awkwardly. Like, I carried my baby with one hand, kind of like holding it like a ball. I did not know how to hold a baby, so I was just like struggling through the dark like hospital hallways because there was like barely any lights. It was just mood lighting, or I don't know, it was like the dark lighting you would see at a motel, like the dark yellow lighting. And I was just in like a random hospital, and I was walking through the hospital hallways. I was in the hospital gown, and I was just like, where the fuck is everybody? I just gave birth. I think I should be attended to. By the way, I don't think normal people can walk after giving birth that soon. But you know, it's just like I woke up and I just hopped out of bed, and then like I took my baby, and then finally I reached like a room like where there was like an overnight nurse maybe or something, like they were sleeping over. And then they were just like, yeah, hello, what's up? And then I was just like, hi, I have this baby in my hand. Please help me figure it out. And they're like, oh shit, you gave birth and nobody was there, and how are you? And then, you know, I was just there like, yeah, I just did that. And then they quickly was like, okay, we got to get you sorted out. It was kind of funny. I don't remember what happened afterwards, but I think it went through the process of like cleaning the baby and like, you know, making sure everything's okay and health checks and all that stuff, and then like wrapping in clothes. Oh yeah, I didn't have any like umbilical cord or whatever. It was just like they popped out. That's it. But yeah, after it was cleaned up and everything, like I think I started to like really feel very motherly. It was a weird sensation. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, I feel like if you are a mother, you would understand. But then I'm not even a mom. But it was such a surreal experience. Who's the father? There was no father. Fucking I was alone, bruh. I don't know. Maybe I just asexually produced. I don't know. The feeling within the dream was super real. It was such a weird, but like kind of beautiful feeling of motherhood. And like I felt really connected to my child. Like I felt very maternal. I don't know how to explain. It's just, guys, if you ever have a child, you would understand. No, I just felt like, oh man, this was like, mothers have such a beautiful responsibility and their own sort of hardships in like raising a child, and it's like there's a lot of responsibility, yes, but like I think it's like a really, like what I felt in the dream was that it was a very beautiful sort of duty to have, and I felt connected in that way, even though I'm a fucking guy. But you know, like in the dream it was so, it's just hard to describe the feeling. I really had like the mother arc. I really took care of the baby in all the ways that a mother would. I did everything, right? Cleaned my baby, changed the, you know, like diapers and stuff, changed the clothes. And well, you know, when babies, when you know they're born and stuff, usually you you know, you breastfeed babies. So I did that too. Yep, I had the whole experience. That's why I think I felt very very connected. It's weird to say this, I feel, as a guy, but like it was super, I don't know, it felt very normal, if that makes sense. In the dream it felt, everything was really warm, and it was hard for sure, but the whole time I felt very like it was just love. It was just a lot of love. And then for some reason at one point I had to like go on a train or something, I don't know, and then there was like a train station right outside where I was living in for some reason, I don't know. So I was on, like I was away from the house, and apparently for some reason I had like a caretaker for the baby, and I was on the train, and I was so anxious on the train back to the house because I didn't have my baby with me, and I felt anxious the entire time, and I had this like irrational fear that somebody was gonna like break into the house and steal my baby. So I was like on edge the entire time, and then eventually we reached the house, and I bursted in the house, and I ran up to the baby room, right? And then the caretaker was just there, just chilling, just, you know, taking care of the baby. I was like crying because I was so happy that nobody stole my baby. Like I was so distraught and but like happy at the same time. And then I picked up my baby, and I just like carried it around, and I was really happy. But that's it. That's all the dream. It wasn't that long. I mean, I explained it really long. It just was very meaningful to me because it felt very meaningful to me, if that makes sense, in my dream. But I woke up from it, and I'm like, okay, wait, I have to remember I don't have boobs anymore. Like I got really used to not the body, my normal body, for like a good a good second or two. I was like, hold up. Reroute. Why is the first thing that you thought when you wake up? It's because, okay, like it's weird to say, but like you feel it. I don't know. In the dream, like you feel them. It's there. It's weight. So when it's gone, it's like, whoa, there's no more weight. What happened? So that's why my brain was like adjusting it, you know?